So check this thing out. I got an email from Svetlana from Belarus, and she asked me if I would be interested in demoing these blades on my YouTube channel. Now, it's a wood cutting blade that goes in your angle grinder. I'm sure that these are all safety warnings, but they're written in Russian or something, so I have no idea what it says. And I told her that, yeah, sure, I would be more than happy to make a YouTube video. It will cost you
$1 million.
Which was too much for them. I've said it many times before that the angle grinder is perhaps my favorite tool. Many years ago, I thought I would mess around with doing some like chainsaw type carvings, and I found that, you know, a lot of that is done with things like the angle grinder. For instance, they make these very small chainsaw blades that you can pop on your angle grinder. I found you could use wire brushes. They actually make these carbide tipped burrs. I did a chair project recently where I sculpted out the seat of the chair using stuff like this. You can also use flat discs on wood and sanding discs on wood as well. But so this is new. This is more like a straight cut blade. Maybe a little bit less crazy than the chainsaw blade. Maybe more crazy than the chainsaw blade. I don't know, but we're going to pop one in an angle grinder, grab a piece of wood, and see what happens. I think I might bust this thing out for this gig. Normally I just wing it, but today I'm going to err on the side of caution. Where does this spin? This spins like that. Nope, it's spinning that way. That's right, because I'm left-handed. So I do everything backwards. Other lefties will understand that. These like simple little things like direction are confusing sometimes. Or maybe it's not confusing to all lefties and I'm just stupid. It wants to cut this direction, but as a lefty now it's cutting towards me because I want to hold it like this. In actuality, it needs to be held like that to cut down. So maybe I'll try and hold it that way. It's like butter. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. I can't believe how fast it just sinks into the wood, and the speed of the shavings coming back on my arm, they like actually hurt. I think the learning curve for this is going to be control. Wow. Holy frijoles, that thing cuts. I don't know what practical use it has yet. But wow. This thing removes material like I've never felt. For a little bit of a comparison, I'm going to pop on some of these other attachments that we can use for wood carving and show you what happens with them. First up is the knotted wire brush. See, I'll use this a lot when I'm working with reclaimed wood to clean up just some of that dirt and filth that's on the top of the board. And this is a very worn flap disc, so a new one will actually work better, but textures and whatnot like that. Again, this is not a fair comparison for what these can actually do when they're new. I'm switching to the little camera because it's really hot out here today and the big camera needs to cool down. This is probably what I use with the angle grinder most of the time for wood and metal, are these sanding discs. You can sand smooth, you can do little cross hatches and marks and stuff. Works really good. These are just, this is great for everything. Cleaning wood. These burrs, they're carbide tipped. As you can see, you can hollow out a bowl pretty quickly with one of those. I always thought this was the craziest, stupidest, most dangerous thing you could put on an angle grinder. Until the new tool. And I honestly don't know if this is dull or not, but I'm going to put my face shield back on. Let's see what happens. So this could stand a good sharpening, and you just sharpen it like a normal chainsaw blade. But as you can see, this thing is pretty aggressive and takes away a lot of material. I figured the chainsaw blade would probably do as good, if not a better job, than just these 3 carbide teeth, but they have the advantage of being brand new and sharp compared to this. But man, they are gritty. They just cut. I just can't believe how fast this thing throws wood chips. So now I need to figure out what I can make with it. Okay. Pretty Little Mama. Hey, I have a lot of videos on my YouTube channel about making instruments out of reclaimed and upcycled materials, often the wrong way, like this video that you're watching right now. So I'll put a link below to some of my favorites. You can check them out. Also have some of these for sale. I'm working on a website right now to compile all my musical instruments and some of my accessories, like the country dice song and like the guitar stands. But I don't have that set up yet, so everything that is for sale is just at timsway.net right now. You can check that out if you're interested in purchasing any of this stuff. But for now, why don't we go back to watching this build done the wrong way out of the wrong materials. And while you're doing that, I'm going to finish writing this song. Fishing with Whiskey. I get comments a lot of times on some of my bass build videos from people saying that, questioning my pickup placement and saying there's not enough low end. The truth of the matter is when I record these things, I'm just doing it with the camera with the little built-in condenser mic, so I tweak the treble up so you can hear it. There's actually a ton of low end coming out of this. I'm just not recording it properly. But this thing thumps. I did actually move the pickup a little further forward than I usually would on a single pickup bass, but this thing thumps and I love it. So this is what I made with an angle grinder today. I didn't think it would turn out this cool. I was just experimenting, but I really like this body shape and I'm going to explore it some more, maybe without the limitations that forced me to come up with this idea in the first place. But that's one of those things about limitations fueling creativity. I think they're so uber important to get you to think differently about things. I never would have designed this guitar body if I had all the widths and depths of wood that I could imagine. It was the fact that I forced myself to design it out of that piece of wood that I came up with this really unique thing. And I love short scale basses. This is a really cool one. I don't know if I'm going to sell it or not. I have this problem every time. I wanted to thank a couple people. I want to thank my buddy Mike who gave me the LVL.
Hi.
Thanks for the stuff, Mike.
You got it.
That I made the body out of. It's cut-offs from a local job. I wanted to thank Dylan who gave me a bunch of guitar parts, including this Kent neck, 30-inch scale bass neck. And I also wanted to thank Carve for giving me these blades that I used to cut out this body. If you want one of these, you can go to the website that's listed below. And I'm also going to be giving one away on my Instagram. That's TimSway1, I think. The link will be below too. So check that out. I think that's about it. Thanks a lot for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Patreon.com/TimSway. Be good. Now, I'm going to record music for this video right now, and you just watched this whole video, but that was the music that was playing is what I just did right now.